Now, at this point, how do we factorize 6 minus x minus s squared divided by s squared minus 4? How do we factorize something like this? Okay, please take note that this numerator, which is the up one, is written as as squared plus bx plus c. We call this quadratic trinomial or quadratic expression. This is not an equation. Now, what do? You look for what you add that will give you this one and what you multiply that will give you this one. Now, in that case, always use the coefficient of this. What is the coefficient of s squared here? A, to multiply this one. Are you seeing it now? Then anything that is here, let me assume we have 3s squared plus 5x plus 3. Are you seeing this now? Always use this to multiply this. What do we have? You have 3 times 3. That is 9. So you assume that you're looking for what you add that will give you 5 and what you multiply that will give you 9. Even if you will not write to the 9, that is how we do it. So if you have only x this way, you will use it to multiply. Are you seeing it now? 1 times, also you believe that, also you agree with me that s squared is written as, are you using this s squared now? S squared is written as 1s squared. So you multiply times 1, still that same number. Nothing changed. So you look at what you add that will give 5 and what you multiply that will give you 3. That's for that now. Now in this case, what do we do now? Always use this one to multiply this one. Don't forget the minus sign, the negative sign. Are you seeing it now? Don't forget the negative sign. Now this multiplied by this, we have minus 6. Because of the negative sign, minus 1 multiplied, you have minus 6. So now what are you going to add that will give you minus 1? The one that you add that will give you this one, and what you multiply that will give you this one. Let's see. Now we have minus 3 plus 2. Minus 3 plus 2, what do? Is, are you seeing it now? If you add it, you have 1. If you multiply it, minus 3 times 2, it will give minus 6. So the right thing to use is minus 3 plus 2. Now, in case you're still watching and you don't understand, after these solvings, I'm going to show you the necessary step to take for you to understand this question you're seeing. And believe me, at the end of the class, you'll be able to solve this question. Okay, let's proceed. So we have 6 minus 3 plus 2s. So see, this is the what you're going to add that will give you this, and if you multiply it, it will give you the 6. That value you're going to use it and add at the middle, nothing changed. See this 6, see 6. 3x minus 3x plus 2 will still give you minus 1, nothing changed. This 2 is this one, and this minus x squared is this one, nothing changed. Then this is difference of 2 squared. We have s plus this and s minus. Are you seeing it now? Good. Please, at the end of this class, I would like you to solve this at the end of this class. Even if you think you don't understand what I'm doing now, by the end of the class, just believe me, you'll be able to understand this. So copy this, you solve it at the end of the class. Okay. So at this point, what do? We factorize. How do you factorize? 6 minus 3. Okay, what is common? 3. You take it 2, 2. When you want to factorize, you take it 2, 2. 3 is common. You put your bracket. Nothing is common again. 6 divided by 3, 2. You put your sign. Minus 3x divided by 3, we have only x. So if you, this times this gives you this. This times this gives you this. Are you seeing it now? You put your sign plus. You go to the next one. What is common here? You can't take 2 because 2 is not here, but s is common. So nothing else is common. This divided by this, you have 2. You put your sign. S squared divided by this, we have x. These two brackets must be the same. They are not the same. That means you're wrong. Then this is s plus 2, s minus 2. That's it. So what do? You take one of them, x plus 3, and the one of the bracket, x minus 2 all over s plus and x minus. Now look at these two questions very well. Are you seeing this now? This is 2 minus x and this is x minus 2. You can't cancel this. No, because the x, are you seeing this x? It's carrying the minus. Why in this case this 2 is carrying the minus? So what to do in this case? Look at what to do in this case. You simply introduce a minus sign. That is just it. We have 3 plus x all over. The minus sign can be anywhere. Can be, let me show you something now. Are you seeing this now? In case you, a all over b, see the minus sign here. You see the same thing as a all over. Are you seeing it now? You see the same thing. You see the same thing as a minus b. So anywhere you put the minus sign, it's still correct. Whether here, 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 or here, anywhere you put it is still correct. Don't be confused. So I decided to put it here. Also, it's still correct. So you see, I've changed. I'm supposed to change it. I'm sorry. I think I changed it. Sorry, I'm supposed to change it. So introducing this minus sign now. Introducing this minus sign here. I have to change this. Are you seeing it now? Let me prove it to you in case you're confused. This, let me prove it to you. 2 minus x all over x minus 2. Now watch. If I introduce minus sign like this, now it becomes x minus 2 all over x minus 2. Expand this now. This times this gives us minus x. Are you seeing it now? This times this gives us plus 2. So anytime you're introducing minus sign and you change the, are you seeing it now? The signs of it, you just rearrange it this way. That's just it. So they are the same now. This now can cancel this. So what do we have? We have 3 minus 3 plus x plus 2. Please don't think that this minus sign will still affect this. No. The minus sign has already affected this. So it's not going to affect this. Now don't think that you're going to use to expand the bracket. No. It's just like this. 3 plus x divided by x plus 2. That is the answer. Now, for those of you that don't understand this, that I told you that you must understand it, let me show you the key or the steps to take before you understand this thing very well. You know, that is the mistake we normally make as a mathematics teacher, just teaching students this way. Imagine me now coming to teach you home lesson, or then I will just come and put this question and start teaching it. No matter how good I am, you still have some issues with this. Now, let me show you what to do. Follow me carefully. What do? You take like terms. Like terms means, you see this one with s and this one x. They are like terms. You can add it, but you cannot add with this one. Why? Because this is y. So that's what we call collecting of like terms. Now note this, that this plus belongs to this one. This minus belongs to this one. By the time I'm done with this thing, you'll be able to solve that question. This plus belongs to y. The minus belongs to x. As for this now, it has plus sign, but they will not indicate because it comes first. So take all of them with their signs. This is not an equation. Don't change any sign. It's not an equation. So what do we have? 3x. You take this one with the sign, minus x plus. This is what we call collecting of like terms. You've collected like terms. The one with s, you brought it together. So 3s minus s simply means 3 minus 1. Because this is 3 and this is 1. 3 minus 1 is what? 2. So you write this 2x plus y. You leave your answer this way. They will ask you, why are you leaving your answer this way? You tell them that you cannot simplify this any longer because they are not like terms. You can't add these two because they are not like terms. Please don't be confused with this and this. 2x times y. This is different from this. Please take note of that one. This is different from this. This is multiplication. In this case, you can do it as 2xy. But if I have 2x plus y, you can't add it, but you can multiply it. Take note of that as a beginner. You can't add this, but you can multiply this. Take note of that as a beginner. So this becomes your answer. You leave your answer this way. As for number 2, let's proceed. X minus 3y plus 4y minus 3x. What do? You bring all the s one side. Take note of them. What is the signs? The first thing you do is to understand the signs. What is the sign of this one? Plus, because it comes first. This sign is not for this, it's for this. The sign is plus, but they will not indicate because it comes first. The sign of this one is what? Minus. What is the sign of this one? Plus. What is the sign of this one? Minus. So you take the s first. X. What is this one? X? No, there is no x. How about this? No. This is the x. So you take it minus 3. Don't change the sign. This is not an equation. Don't be confused when they say when you're moving into this side, the sign will change. No, this is not an equation. This is not an equation. You only do that in an equation. But since this is just normal expression for simplification, you don't do that. This is algebraic simplification. Okay, so no one with s again. You take y. Remember the sign. Minus 3y plus 4y. So what do you do? Now please take note of this. X minus 3x means 1x minus 3x. 1 minus 3 simply means minus 2. In case you don't understand, plus this minus sign belongs to this one. This one is plus. It simply means you have 1 and you're owing somebody 3. If you pay the person, you still be owing the 3. So it's minus 2x. You go to this one again now. The next one, minus 3 plus 4. Minus 3 plus 4 means you have, your plus is one you have. You have 4 and you're owing somebody 1. If you pay, you still have your own 1, which is 1, ordinary 1. So it becomes plus y, but you are using alphabet in this case. So in mathematics, we don't always allow the positive to be at the back while negative at the front. This is how you see it, and if it is a textbook, this is how you see it. Y minus 2x. This is how you see this. Are you seeing it now? That's how you see the answer. Y minus 2x. This y is this one, which is positive, and this minus is still this one. Nothing changed. It's still the same thing. Okay, as for number 3, we have 1 minus 4m plus 4 minus 3m. What do you do in this case? You simply collect like terms. What are the like terms? If you add this and this, you're wrong. This one have m, this one have m. This one does not have any m, this one does not have any m. This is just ordinary number. What do? You take the ones of the number. This is 1. You take the number, take with the sign, plus 4. How about this one? Minus 4m. How about this one? Minus 3m. So add these two together, what do you have? 5. 1 plus 4. Then this one now simply means minus 4 minus 3. It means you're owing 4 naira and you're still owing 3 naira. Total money you'll be owing now is 7 naira. Please don't make the mistake of saying minus times minus plus. Don't make the mistake of saying minus 4 minus 3 is plus 7. Don't make the mistake. You only do minus 4 times minus 3, which is minus times minus plus 4 times this is 12. You do that in multiplication, but not in addition and subtraction. Not in addition and subtraction. So since there is no multiplication here, don't do that. So minus 4 minus 3 simply is what? Minus 7. So you write it minus 7m. That is the first step. So you've understood this one. This is what we call simplification or collecting of like terms. Now let's proceed. Anytime you see this bracket this way, it simply means that these two will affect everything inside the bracket. That means this 2 times this one. 2 times A. You put your sign. 2 times B. That's it. 2 times A, 2A plus 2 times B, 2B. You can't add these two because they are not like terms. You see, that topic now has related to this one. So if I went direct to this one without teaching that collecting of like terms, you would have been confused. So you can't add any of these without what? You can't add any of these because they are not like terms. You cannot add any of them because they are not like terms. So if I have 3 bracket A plus 3B minus or plus 4 bracket A plus minus 4B. Let's assume this now. What do? You simply say this times this, 3A, this times this, 9B. You're done with this. This times this times this. You go with this one now. Remember the sign. This times this, 4A, plus times minus. You know why I'm doing plus times minus now is because this bracket simply means multiplication, that we are multiplying. So plus times minus 4 times this gives us 16. You take like terms. I hope I'm not making any mistake. This times this times this times this. Good. You take your like terms. What are your like terms? 3A, the one with like terms with the same letter, and what? 4A. Then this and this. 9B minus 16B. What do? 3 plus 4, we have 7A. 9 minus 16. What do? You have 9 naira and you're owing 16 naira. If you pay, you still be owing the person 7 naira. So you put minus 7B. That is the explanation to that now. Are you seeing it now? So your answer will be, you leave your answer in this form. If they ask you, why is your answer in this way? You still simply tell them that this, are you seeing this now? That this cannot be simplified because they are not like terms. Now, after this one now, what do we do? Okay, let me just solve one last one. What about if you have 2x plus 3y squared? Because we are still dealing with brackets. This is the same thing as saying, please note this now, this one. This is the same thing as saying 2x plus 3y bracket 2x plus 3y. That is it, the same thing. How? Because we know that s squared is the same as saying s times x. 3 squared is what? 3 times 3. So if we have s squared, s and 2s plus 3y squared, it means 2s plus 3y and 2s plus 3y. So in this case, what do? It's very simple. Use this bracket. We have 2x plus 3y and 2x plus 3y. Now use this one, this first letter, the first one, 2x, multiply this bracket, 2x plus 3y. Are you seeing it now? Then use this one again. You've used the first one. Oh, the first one is this first one. This is the first, and this is the second. Then this second one now, what is the sign? Plus 3y. Use it now again for that one. 2x plus 3y. So you see, first you multiply this bracket. Second, you multiply this bracket. So you expand with expansion. 2 times 2, 4. S times s is s squared, not 2s, so please. It's s squared. You go to the next one now. 2 times 3, 6. X times y is xy. Please note that x times y is xy. And y times x is also what? xy. Because in alphabetical order, s comes before y. That's it. So that is for this bracket. You go to this bracket now. This times this, we have 6xy. This times this, we have 3 times 3, 9. This times this, y times y squared. Now, this times this, 6. Y times x, xy. That's it. So you take like terms. 4s squared. This one and this one is 6 plus 6, which is 12xy plus 9y squared. You can't add any of these. Why? Because they are not like terms. This one has only s squared, no s squared here. This one has y squared, no y squared here. This one rather is s and y instead of s squared or y squared. So you can't add any one. Your answer becomes this. Now, another short way you can simplify this question you're seeing. Another short way, 2s plus 3y squared, is to look at what you do. This time, use this one to square this one entirely. Use it to square this one. 2s squared. Then you do this times this. This times this times this. This times this times this. That is 2 times 2x times 3y. Then use this one to multiply this one. That is just all. The place is small. So another way you can do this is square this one first. Or let me do this. Square this one first. Let me show you. S squared. Square this one also. Let me show you this one. Are you seeing it now? Square this one. You square this one. Then you will now use this one. This times this times this. That is just all. 2 times 2x times 3y. This is small. 3y. Okay, so we have 2s. This one now, square this one now. What do we have? 4s squared. What about this one? 9y squared plus this times this. That is this times this. Is 6 times this is 12xy. S times y is xy. So the normal arrangement, you don't see it like this. How you see it is 4s squared plus 12xy plus 9y squared. That's how you see it. Okay, that is it. Then the next one we're going to now. The next one. So what is the common factor now? 7. You take 7. You put your bracket because there's nothing common here. There is a here. There's no a here. There's b here. There's no b here. So what do? You say 7a plus 7b. You divide by the common factor. That thing that is common. So this takes care of this. This takes care of this. So our answer becomes 7 bracket a plus B. Are you seeing it now? Good. So that is it for this now. So we call this now that what we've done now, we factorize. That's why we call factorization. That is what factorization. So if you don't know this factorization, also you find it difficult, because if you notice in that question I gave you that we did factorization. So after this factorization, I think we are done. Then that's just follow me carefully. So if I have s squared plus xy, how do we factorize this now? Simple. X is here. Bottom is has to raised to power 2. This is raised to power 1. So what do? Take the one with the lowest power. So it becomes ordinary x. This divided by this. Okay, let me do it. S squared plus xy divided by the common factor. This is the common factor, please. This is the common factor. S squared divided by x is the same as saying what? S times x divided by x. So this takes care of this. What do we have? X plus this takes care of this. Y. X cancel y x. Are you seeing it now? That is it. So what about if we have something like this? 12s raised to power 4, y raised to power 5, z raised to power 3, plus 8 raised to power x raised to power 5, y raised to power 4, and z raised to power 2. How do you factorize something like this? This is a very simple question. Now, if you want to factorize this, now, start with the numeral. What is the numeral? Is the number. Start with the number. Are you seeing it now before you go to the alphabet? What is common? 2 can divide this one, 2 can divide this one. 4 can divide this, 4 can divide this. That is the only two numbers that can divide it. Please don't take 2, take 4. Take the highest one that can go. So we take 4. Then you go for the alphabet now. We have s raised to power 4 and s raised to power 5. What do? You don't take s raised to power 5. You take the one with the smallest power, which is s raised to power 4. We have y raised to power 5 and y raised to power 4. What do? You simply take this one with smallest power, which is y raised to power 4. Now we have z here. It's still common. We have z raised to power 2, z raised to power 3. You take the one with the smallest power, which is z raised to power 2. That's all. Since there is nothing again, you close your bracket. Just write this number inside. 12 s raised to power 4, y raised to power 5, z raised to power, you put your sign, plus 8s raised to power 5, y raised to power 4, z raised to power 2. You divide by the common factor. What is the common factor? This, you divide everything by the common factor. 4s raised to power 4, y raised to power 4, and z raised to power 2. 4s raised to power 4, y raised to power 4, and z raised to power 2. So what do we do now? 4s raised to power 4, y raised to power 4, and z raised to power. You will now divide this divided by this. 3. S raised to power 4 divided by s raised to power 4, gone. That is 1, but it's gone. This now cancels this. Are you seeing it now cancels this? So we have y raised to power 5 divided by y raised to power 4. This is y times y times y times y times y into 5 divided by y times y times y times y. This cancel this, this cancel this, this cancel this, this cancel this. Remaining just 1. So we have only y here. Remember the s is gone. This is z raised to power 3, z raised to power 2. So we have only z because it's 3 and this is 2. But around we cancel it. Plus 8 divided by 4. 2. This is x into 5 and x into 4. 1 will be left. X. Y and y is gone because they are the same. Gone. Z and z is what? Gone. So if you are factorizing this is how we factorize it. This is our answer. This is called factorization. And please, for those of you also that don't know, this is called the common factor. This is also called the common factor. Now in this case now, if you ask what is the common factor, there is no need of factorizing. If you get this one, this becomes your common factor. So if you're asked in a standard exam, what is the common factor of this? Just tell them that the answer is, your answer is 4x square raised to power 4, y raised to power 4, and z raised to power 2. That is the common factor. That is the correct answer if you're asked of the common factor. But if you're asked to factorize this, that is when you do this thing I did now. That's for factorization. Let's proceed. The last question for factorization. Okay. What about if you have x squared plus 5x plus 6? Are you seeing this now? We can still factorize this. How do we factorize this? It's the same thing. Just look for what you're going to multiply that will give you 6. This one, and if you add it, it will give you 5. That is just it. What you're going to add that will give you this, and if you multiply it, it will give you this. What is that? You look for the number. See, please take note. It should always be the factors of. What are the factors of 6? This last one. Because this now can be expressed as ax squared plus bx plus c. This is called quadratic trinomial. If you don't call it quadratic trinomial, you call it quadratic expression. This is not quadratic equation. It has no equal to 0. So if there is no equal to 0, don't call it quadratic equation. It's called quadratic trinomial. So you look for the sum of this and the product of this. That's what I'm doing now. So what you're going to add, that will give you 5. And if you multiply it, it will give you 6. So that particular number should be the factors of this. What are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3, and 6. So inside these factors now, there are two things that if you add it, to give you this one, and if you multiply it, to give you this. Those things are 2 and 3. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. See, this 2 is this 5 here. This one is this one. This one is this one. Nothing changed. So this and this is the same. This and this is the same. This and this is the same. You add these two is the same. So we are just trying to factorize. Whenever we are giving something like this, this is the first step to do. After you've done that, what else are you going to do? You take it 2, 2. You take it this and this and this. So what is common here now? X. Are you seeing it now? What is common? Nothing. You put your bracket. X squared plus 2x. You divide by a common factor. Divide by common factor. Also divide by common factor. You go to the next one and take your sign. What is common here? 3. You do a bracket also. 3x plus 6. You divide by common factor. You also divide by common factor. So we have s bracket. This divided by this, we have x plus s can take care of s. What do you have? 2. Are you seeing it now? You put your sign plus 3 bracket. This and this, we have x plus this and this. This divided by this, we have 2. These two must be the same. If they're not the same, you're wrong. The two brackets must be the same. So I see now we have s plus 2. You take one of the bracket, and one outside. S plus what? 3. So in this case now, what have you done? You factorize. In this case, you factorize this to. What about if you have x squared plus 5x plus 6? Are you seeing this now? We can still factorize this. How do we factorize this? It's the same thing. Just look for what you're going to multiply that will give you 6. This one, and if you add it, it will give you 5. That is just it. What you're going to add, that will give you this, and if you multiply it, it will give you this. What is that? You look for the number. See, please take note. It should always be the factors of. What are the factors of 6? This last one. Because this now can be expressed as ax squared plus bx plus c. This is called quadratic trinomial. If you don't call it quadratic trinomial, you call it quadratic expression. This is not quadratic equation. It has no equal to 0. So if there is no equal to 0, don't call it quadratic equation. It's called quadratic trinomial. So you look for the sum of this and the product of this. That's what I'm doing now. So what you're going to add, that will give you 5. And if you multiply it, it will give you 6. So that particular number should be the factors of this. What are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3, and 6. So inside these factors now, there are two things that if you add it, to give you this one, and if you multiply it, to give you this. Those things are 2 and 3. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. See, this 2 is this 5 here. This one is this one. This one is this one. Nothing changed. So this and this is the same. This and this is the same. This and this is the same. You add these two is the same. So we are just trying to factorize. Whenever we are giving something like this, this is the first step to do. After you've done that, what else are you going to do? You take it 2, 2. You take it this and this and this. So what is common here now? X. Are you seeing it now? What is common again? Nothing. You put your bracket x squared plus 2x. You divide by a common factor. Divide by common factor, also divide by common factor. You go to the next one and take your sign. What is common here? 3. You do a bracket also. 3x plus 6. You divide by common factor, you also divide by common factor. So we have s bracket. This divided by this, we have x plus s can take care of s. What do you have? 2. Are you seeing it now? You put your sign plus 3 bracket. This and this, we have x plus this and this. This divided by this, we have 2. These two must be the same. If they are not the same, you're wrong. The two brackets must be the same. So I see now we have s plus 2. You take one of the bracket, and one outside. S plus what? 3. So in this case now, what have you done? You factorize. In this case, you factorize this to this. This is called factorization. What about in the case where we have something like this now? Are you seeing this now? In some cases, we need to have this now. It's the same thing. You're going to look for what you're going to add that will give you this one, and what you will multiply that will still give you this one. Nothing changed. So if you're giving something like this to factorize, nothing changes. It's still the same with this one, but you just have to make use of your sign. In this case, it's how to make use of your sign. The way you got 2 and 3 here. Please, one, that means, see, what look at, are you seeing? If this is negative, the middle one, the highest number will be negative. If this is negative, the highest number will be what? Negative. That is just it. And if it is positive, and here is carrying negative, the highest number will be positive. That's what I'm trying to tell us. So let me solve one with positive and one with negative. So let's start with negative one. So we have, at this point now, I say the highest number will be negative. Have s squared minus 3x, this one will be positive, plus 2x minus 6. Are you seeing it now? So what do we have? At this point we have x, we take it to 2. Remember what I told you? X divided by, nothing is common again, s squared minus 3x divided by x divided by x. You take your sign, you go again. What is common here? 2 bracket 2x minus. You divide this one by the common factor. Also divide this one by the common factor. So we have x. This divided by this, we have x minus. This divided by this. This cancel this. Only 3. You take your sign plus 2. You put your 2 divided by 2. S is left minus. This divided by this. 3. Sorry. These two must be the same. They are not the same. That means you're wrong. S plus 2. And s minus 3. That's it. Okay, now what about if it is s squared plus x minus? Now, if it is negative, I told you, we know that it's 2 and 3. If it is negative, the highest number will be negative. If it is positive, the highest number will be what? Positive. So in this case, the highest number becomes positive. What do we do? 3x. Are you seeing it now? This one, the highest number. Where is this? Is it this one? The highest number is negative. Here is the highest number because here is positive. So the highest number has to be positive. That is just it. So you just have to know how to make use of your signs. Now what do we have now? X. I want to go direct. This divided by this. X plus this divided by this. We have 3. What is common? You take your minus sign. What is common here? 2. This divided by this. We have x. Minus and minus plus. This divided by this. That's it. So we have x plus 3 and x minus. You take the one inside, one of them, and you take the one outside. So this is how to factorize this. Now, the next one, which is the last one before we solve that particular question, but with this, we should be able to solve that question because that question is under algebraic fraction. So with this now, we should be able to solve that given question I gave, that one I gave you. So if you've been following me all this while, I would also like you to solve something like this. Divided by okay, please simplify this. Also, if you've been following me from my previous classes, please simplify this and drop the answer on the comment section. See you in my next class. Thank you.